Hey ho butts. Hey ho butts. Pew! Yo yo. Alright. So if you may be able to tell, I've done a little bit of grinding. Just a little. But I did die. So I would like to set up my food and stuff again. Your food. I just had a couple of mystic hot dogs just because they were good for farming. I came up with just a cheese strat of one-shotting everything. East of Loving. That's the sequel. We'll get there soon enough. It's already out, don't worry. So let's see. Mysticality by 5. Burial whiskey. Cactus beer. This is a special kind of government whiskey designed for soldiers in the field. It's fortified with all sorts of vitamins and things, and can be used at a pinch to sterilize, or at least make the victim feel better about a battle wound. Oh. Snap to attention, salute this bottle of whiskey, and drink it. Now get out there and die for your country. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Ranking with the Goobers went well. Went to Masters without losing a game. Nice. West of Loathing dating sim. That's hilarious. This is terrifying to me. Oh yeah, it reminds me I didn't switch back my melee weapon yet. Why not? Let's just have some more health. Let's switch back to this. I don't know if we actually need to have it in our hand. I don't think we do. I guess I could always try. I guess I could try and find a rattlesnake somewhere. So what were we doing? Did I forget something? I feel like I've forgotten something. Nah, probably nothing. We'll never know. We'll never know. The Fort of Darkness. See a splash of color out of the corner of your eye, and it turns out to be a giant multicolored banner hung across the fort of an old army fort. The Fort of Darkness. We'll check it out. It's right here, why not? The Fort of Darkness. Ever heard of this place, partner? You're chanting? I mean, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 kind of thing? Seems pretty typically military training pattern to me. Push-ups and all. Oh, all these cannons have flowers stuck in the barrels. Oh, and a giant peace sign. Something about this doesn't seem right. Ooh, loco weed. I can't interact it from this angle. Ah, you do a quick backflip, make some funny noises. There we go. I think I have some binoculars. The petting cemetery. Ah, I see. I get the joke there. Keep Fort Darkness beautiful. Oh. Oh, they are strongly out of it. This young lady is dressed in fancy, expansive traveling clothes, and though hardware has made them dirty and ragged, also her pupils are about the size of teacups. Whoa, hi, a new face. My name's, one sec, Irene. Everyone here just calls me Shroom, so I forget. Howdy, Irene. I'm Dragon. What's your story? Well, not much to tell. I was hitchhiking to Frisco a few months back. I stopped here
Never got around to continuing, you know. We're like a big happy family. Everyone's so nice and appreciative how I know so much about mushrooms.
Shrooms, you say?
Uh-huh. They're good for all kinds of things, if you know which ones to pick. If you want, I could tell you who a few of my favorites. There's a spare player of mushroom pliers, too, if you want to pick your own.
No. I'll take some pliers.
Here you go. I'd share the location of my secret mushroom hunting cave with you, but I lost my knapsack with my map in it. I don't think I could explain how to get there just in, like, words. Good luck, though.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. How about a shroom? Lactarius dirtyhipica dirty hippie. Dirty hippie mushroom. That was so worth the 1,000. That was so worth it.
There you are. These are called Lactarius dirtyhipica, and they're very spiritual.
Yeah, I bet you really resonate with them, huh?
Sometimes they'll let you see things that only exist in realms outside our own and stuff. Plus, they're super groovy and mellow.
Thanks. Okay. How you doing? How you doing there, Jeffro? Hi there. Some pretty cool boots you made. For sale? Uh-huh. Oh, no. I mean, I'd like to sell them to you, but they aren't mine. Didn't make them? Why, everyone assumes that? No, made by elves. Yeah, man, like little elf guys. Man, these are gonna take forever to get there. They're hard to see, just like out of your corner eye. But it's kind of standing here, and then it's like, oh, another pair of boots. Guess the elves made some. Haven't made a pair of boots myself in, I don't know, years, maybe. It's been a while. Elves keep making them though. Why don't you open up a boot store to sell the boots? They're not mine though. They're right. Well, the elves aren't making them for nothing. I think they're trying to get you to sell them. Why don't you open a trip to Dirtwater? Okay. I don't think the elves will make it. It's a long trip. I'll figure something out. Okay. Okay. I don't think I could possibly be getting more red flags, so I'm gonna prepare for a quick escape after that one. Howdy. Hello. Yes, I'm Todd. Dragon. Pleased to meet you. So what do you do around here, Todd? I'm a chemist. Been researching the properties of some of the local mushrooms. Properties like what? Like how they get you totally wrecked. Duh. I'm kidding. They actually have a lot of interesting properties that could be a real boon to medicine. They may even hold a solution to many psychological disorders. Pretty good impression, though, huh? Oh, that's interesting. In fact, they also get you absolutely smashed is just a happy side effect, actually. Wow. If you have any Lactarius dirtyhipica mushrooms, I can refine them into a more potent potion. Oh, well, I happened to get one a minute ago, and I definitely didn't want to eat it raw. Goes up your mushroom and distills the results into a little bottle. Dirty hippie extract. Gross. Go easy on this stuff. It has a real kick to it. Thanks. No problem. Do you need anything else? Okay. No one's talking. Hi? Hi! What are you doing? Just make dumb noises. Oh. Sounds familiar to something. Why don't you try this? It's a musical instrument. Bite the narrow part and do what you've been doing. Boing, 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 boing. It's a revelation! I feel like I should take the show on the road. Why don't you try the Dirtwater Saloon? The Jewel Saloon. It's good to me. Thanks again. Boing, 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 boing. I feel like there's something behind this wall. Probably just me. I was not prepared for this. They've got the schmoves, though. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, yeah. This tall, muscular, bald man is leading his students in an aerobic workout routine. His voice is powerful yet discerningly soft. What's this? Exercise. You must strengthen the body. If the body is weak, the mind cannot be strong. These two are one. Who are you? I'm Kurtz. My methods will usher in a new age of power and will. Alright. Well, I've got to learn these moves. You don't have the appropriate attire. Before muscle comes skin. Before skin, clothes. Huh. Noted. Exclusive. They always make you buy your own clothes, don't they? Ooh, loot! Excellent. Ah, loot. An exit. Oh, what's this? Oh, not loot. Ooh, they get a saber, though. That sounds pretty useful. Plus 6 pistol damage. That's kind of ironic, I'm not gonna lie. That's a little bit ironic. It only does 7 to 9 damage as well. But it makes my pistol strong. How much does my pistol do? 6 to 7. This would already do more damage than my pistol anyway. This does 9 to 11. I mean, it's technically, it does make my pistol better than what my current abilities are, so why not? Military manuals. They look complicated, except this one. Cannon loading for idiots. How to load a cannon, written in a reading level that is more or less equivalent to illiteracy. This book is so rudimentary that's insulting to your intelligence, even though you know almost nothing about loading cannons. Huh. There's only one file in the drawer. It's a discharge record for a soldier who died from eating poisonous mushrooms. Last entry says she was buried in plot 420 Blazeit of Military Cemetery up north. You mark the location of it on your map just in case you want to get crunk. Military Cemetery. Discovered. I need safe cracking. Oh, that's what I forgot. I have XP now. Look at that. What should I do with it? Who knows? I'm thinking lockpicking. Maybe outfoxing. That's been pretty useful so far. Yeah, I like outfoxing. I like sneaking my way out. You're smarter than a box of rocks. There we go. After that, probably just lockpicking, I think. I'm thinking. Get out of the way. They ain't yet invented a lock that'll keep you out. You can pick any lock. I wish that counted as safe cracking. What a shame. I'm also 1 death from death, which is unfortunate. This is only 100. Might as well. You have transcended mortal cuisine. Excellent. I don't think the combat ones are going to be a big deal for a while. Could stand to eat more, I guess. More HP. I don't know. Also just glamour person. Throw that in there. And then I guess we'll see about the rest at some point. When we actually have to do things. What a shame. One day I'll get safe cracking. You'll see. You'll all see. Which was the one that I didn't go in? Alright. Nope, not you. This is the science? Yes. This is did something. Okay. Well, we start with the one on the right. I'm Dragon. Salutations, Dragon. They call me the Talking Dude, because of my extensive knowledge on the principles of philosophy, and the arguments and conundrums surrounding its various aspects and interpretations. Something tells me that's not why they call you that. Can I interest you in a discussion of the particulars of Curtsian philosophy? I would love a discussion of philosophy. Let me just bore all my chat to death. Allegory of the cave is the idea of a people who have only ever been exposed to the shadows on the wall of a cave. If they do not understand the real world outside of it, nor the concept of fire that would be casting shadows. The purpose of this allegory is to explain how there are many principles and mechanics of the universe that humans may not be able to understand yet. For these people in the cave are completely and totally zoned in their own world. Their reality is the reality you have shown them, with shadows on the wall. To take these people out of the cave has changed their reality forever. It is also a metaphor for innocence, in that these people, once exposed to the real world, have an entirely new view of what the world is, what the universe is, and what it can be. A tree is a real tree, not this two-dimensional shadow on a wall called a tree that looks like a tree. A representation. It's been put in a different way for them to understand. And in this, and in learning the real world, they have lost their own particular brand of innocence, and they can never go back. They can never see a shadow on the wall as an actual physical object or a vision of the reality of the world at their disposal. It will forever only be a symbol of the real world. It's something that links to what the real object is and what it could be. Something you can touch and feel that grows and breathes. This is the allegory of the cave, and it's the idea of these philosophical concepts that may not be fully understood by humans and can never be ununderstood once we have understood them. Such an interesting idea. I see. So, now that I've bored all of you successfully, I will now mash A for a little while here. The phenomenological reduction. Phenomenology is the study of phenomenon in the environment. It is actually a real thing, and I have gone to a conference on it. Oh boy, I'm boring today. This is one for the Endstream Science Meme playlist. Oh boy. Endstream the Science Meme. Alright, there we go. Alright. Yeah. Ooh. The writings of Plato are always interesting. Necessary and sufficient condition. Hedonism is the only choice. Yeah, so this is probably a talk on nihilism. Back from my nap, what I missed. Oh, get ready to go back to sleep. We're talking about philosophy, baby! Even talking with the subtlest of life. From an epistemological... No, I was saying it right. Epistemological standpoint. I'm not entirely sure what that is. That's a new one. The allegory of the cave, as opposed to a Spinoza, sorry. Dialectical materialism. Interesting. Oh, I'm a Curtsian philosopher. The brain in a jar somewhere. Oh, that sounds interesting. Oh, I wonder if this is the Disney one. Is this the Disney conspiracy? It seems like some of this is rubbing off on you. Awesome! Can I go even further? Propositional calculus. Ooh. Oh, that's the high-level math. I don't like that. The meaning of meaning. Ah, true. Determinism, the idea that nothing in reality actually has a choice. Everything is determined from the beginning, and you have no free will. Isn't philosophy fun? Aha! As opposed to Descartes. I can't remember what Descartes said. Try not to yawn. Your posture alone is enough to keep him talking. Interesting. Alright, we're done. Neat! What does that do? Back from my second nap, what did I miss? I'm smart now. Plus 10 mixicality! Worth it! You're well versed in Curtsian philosophy. Or at least you're clever enough to pretend to be. Hey! Oh, it's a pack rat skeleton. Oh. Give me bones.
Hydra dragon. Teeth, clavicle, femur, teeth.
Okay. And her an armload of bones. She starts mechanically picking through them, selecting some and discarding others based on criteria you can't discern. Eventually, having chosen the best two from the pile, she secures them together with wire and screws and hands you something that basically looks like a sword. Oh, cool. How about this? You hand her some bone chips, and she stops muttering. Her eyes seem to focus a little, and she takes out some glue out of her toolbox and presses the chips into a ring. That sure is a good thing I farmed a bunch of skeletons before this, huh? As soon as she gives the ring to you, she's back to her muttering. Let's try the gold teeth. She blinks at the gold teeth you handed her and takes a spool of wire out of her toolbox. Soon she presents you with an elaborate tiara. Not enough, she muttered. Not nearly enough. Oh. Well, thanks. Give her a lot of gold teeth, then. Give her almost a whole mouth's worth of gold teeth. And she draws a long, slow breath. So many. She whispers. She seems to see you for the first time. She looks you up and down, then takes a piece of string out of her pocket and uses it to measure your head. She picks some more bones out of those scattered on the floor. Ribs, finger bones, fragments of skull, more teeth. Carefully sorts them on her workbench. You can't really see what happens after that, because you'd have to actually look over her shoulder, and it seems like a bad idea just to disturb her. After a time, she turns back around, holding a beautiful, ornate crown of bone, ivory, and gold. Thank you, she whispers as she hands it to you. Oh. Okay. Have another. Thanks. Okay. You know, that turned out much better than I thought it would. Let's go, dude. That's sick. Plus 7 Moxie, plus 7 Mysticality. I think that's worth than what I'm wearing. This is 11 spell damage. Mysticality might be better. I'm not sure. Giving Moxie, though, is kind of better. I worked hard to get this. Why not? Let's equip it. It sells for 1,000, though. Let's go. This just gives you the Moxie. And there was also the Bone Sword. Deals spooky damage. 13 to 17, though. Sheesh! Have more random counters with skeletons instead of the floral ring. I'll keep the floral ring, but I appreciate it. Especially since I still haven't gotten any foraging encounters. Min-max Moxie. I am a bean slinger. I will do no such thing. Sells for 1,000 though. Can I give her another? Nice. Sick. I have a lot. I farmed for a while. A long while. I also farmed these things. I'm not entirely sure what that stuff does yet, but I did. I had a few. A few. They sell for 15, and it takes 20. So normally I would get about 345 gold. So yeah, I'll make some gold tiaras, sure. Sure. There we go. Worth. Get another bone ring too. Why not? I'm here. I'll do that too. Cool. Reasons. Oh boy. That's a lot of meat. The crown made of bones and gold teeth is fit for a king. A creepy, dangerous king. And now I do spooky damage. Alright, well this place happened. Bunch of hippies. You would not... Ow. You would not believe it in there. Alright. Let's get over here. A shot rings out, and you duck just in time to avoid your hat being ruined. A skeleton is standing in the road ahead, arms akimbo, hands just over his holster, ready for another quick draw. Oh, also he is literally on fire. I almost forgot to mention that. What? Time to lay it. Oh, this is so cool, though. I really want to fight him. That's so cool. I want to see him in a fight. A burning skeleton. Draw. I'm so tempted. I attacked first. I win. Ooh, got a red hot pistol. Worth. You guys wouldn't mind waiting for a hot second, would you? This is 6 to 7 lame. Or how about a red hot 13 to 17 plus 4 speed? This pistol, you have to be pretty quick on the draw just to avoid burning yourself. Hey, pretty good. You got any ideas on this one, partner? I ain't exactly certain what a jelly bean rustler would look like, I'll be honest. What's rustling? How is it different from just stealing? Go ahead and keep asking me these questions. I'll let you know if I found any of them answerable. Deal! You approach one of the bandits seated around the fire. The meanest looking one speaks up. Don't know who you think you are, stranger, but you better turn yourself right around and head back in the way you came. Listen, you want to eat lead. That's not very neighborly. Take a hike, neighbor. I heard there's a lost jar of jelly beans somewhere on this premises. I aim to correct that. Is that right? And is how you plan on doing that? With science! I'm from the Federal Horrible Wildlife Bureau, and you fellas didn't steal a jar of jelly beans. So a whole jar of rare south of the border rainbow earwig eggs. Roy was holding them in quarantine till I could pick them up for questioning. If you don't hand them over before they hatch, you're all gonna have things like a rhinoceros beetle married a banana slug burrowing into your brains before morning. How's about you give it to me? Maybe we'll just leave you to help yourself. The 5 of them leave in a hurry. That sounds about right. Excellent. Ooh. Tooth powder? I'm sorry, what? Ah, that's the stuff from the mart. Weird. Dynamite! Score! Ill-gotten goods, cheap wine, a needle, the Kurtz Fit headband, wouldn't you know? Ooh, a meager suit supply, sarsaparilla, the missing beans, mint jelly, a filthy bedroll. I've been left out the door. Anything back here? No? Okay. Well, it put me back in. This crate isn't opened, even though I opened it. This crate is also not open, even though I opened it. Huh. Guess that's a bug. Goodbye! Looks like they were the rustlers. If they weren't, it opens a whole peck of other questions. Let's just assume they were. Alright, let's go on to Roy Bean. Oh! A shirtless man in tight stretchy pants charges you out of nowhere. No more! No more mushrooms! No more yogurt! No more exploring my inner consciousness while running in place! I'm gonna kill something! Kill it and eat it! Dig a hole in the ground and cover it with sticks and leaves. When he arrives, he was a way off. He falls head first and knocks himself unconscious. This is far funnier than just fighting them. He'll help himself later. Paraguayan murder bee honey jelly bean. Wild. Hey, dragon. Cover that jar of jelly beans by any chance? Sure did. Well, I'll be. Thank you kindly, dragon. I won't ask for details, but I hope they were sufficiently grisly. Now, the second jar of jelly beans was stolen by a passel of them weird goblin fellas. Couldn't understand a word they were saying, but they were very insistent. Where'd they go? Northwest toward that huge old cactus folks call Old Granddad. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Can't miss it. I'm on it. Mint. They're still not for sale. Oh, looking. Granddad. Oh, you crossed paths with Wandering Sally. I'm interested in trading, alright, Sally. Show me what you got. Same old. What you got, Sally? Any needles? I might need this. I already have a pickaxe. Dynamite, I don't... Oh, I can give these to Spectrier, so I'll take this. Ooh, a postcard. Maybe you should write to your family back home. In case you don't know how mail works, this goes by sending a building called a post office. I should probably sell some of this stuff. This is the one I have equipped. This is the spare. I have a spare ring that I don't need. Depressed Rancher candy. It's not a Jolly Rancher. It's very, very sad. Oh yeah, this. It's half as valuable as it is pungent. You're in the money. You should probably wash your hands before you spend it. The fake Pope cat. The nerve. Yeah, I should probably sell some of these, huh? Oh, that's the one I have equipped. What are the odds? Sell a couple. Why not? Yeah, I'm not gonna make more of those. Ew. Alright, that should be fine for now. Oh, look at that! I can buy back the things I sold to her, just in case I regret it. Just in case. Much appreciated, Sally. Toasty. I got you some good old fixin' Spectrier. Next time we go to the dirt water, we'll check that out. Nope. This skeleton out here in the desert. That's not very strange, because people die all the time in the desert. Skeleton, though, is doing arm curls with a pair of iron dumbbells. She doesn't have any muscles, but somehow her bones are extremely ripped or swole. That doesn't even begin to make sense. Medically speaking, yeah, that is utterly absurd. Come on now. We've got to work on this. Bones are definitely not supposed to swell. Whatever you've got, it's killing you, and we need to help you now. I'm a GP, and osteopathy is my specialty, but yes, that definitely shouldn't happen. Amount of marrow you got there, I wouldn't be surprised if your blood cell production overloaded your capacity to reabsorb it. You could burst, or at least start leaking blood all over the place. The skeleton runs away, presumably to find an osteopath. Phew. Saved. That could have been bad. No, man. Look at the size of that thing. Partner. That is an extremely large cactus over there. Must be the place Roy Bean was talking about. Unless there's two utterly gigantic cactuses out here. That'd be surprising and potentially embarrassing. Now that's a cactus. Crab walk power behind the cactus? Ah! The spikes are so big they don't even hurt. Ah, dagnabbit. Goblin! Ah, ooh. It hurts to explore. Hi, hey, no climbing for humans. I'm here for taking back a jar of jelly beans you goblin stealing. Oh, what? Jelly beans, little color sugar thing. Oh, little fruit rocks. Yes, those. Those are for pile. What? Anyway, no upstairs for human. Can trading? No trading, can bribing. Oh, what you want? Candy. Good human candy of bubbles having. A bar of soap? Yes, wonderful thanking. Climbing now? Sure. Excellent. Goblin is munching contentedly on a bar of soap and doesn't seem to care about you wandering around. What a choice. Ah! Just gonna go through this door because I don't think he can stop me. It's a pile of goblin junk. The gash in the wall cactus, revealing a vein of sticky purple goo. Gonna need a bottle for that later. Ah! So many spikes. Hello, no climbing for humans, too bad. Can bribing you letting? Climb? Oh, Okay. What you wanting? Cactus syrup. Delicious vein in other room. Lost some tap. Oh, blast. I don't think I have a tap. I'll have to find something around somewhere. Blast. Oof. Ah. Where am I gonna find a tap in this weather? I'll check dirt water in a minute, I guess. Let's check out the petting cemetery before I go too crazy. A Kellogg Ranch. Heck yeah, I'll check. Do you think they've got cereal? You ever heard of this place, partner?
Well, Kellogg Ranch. I got pamphlets from this place from time to time, trying to get me to recommend it to my patients.
What is it?
Some sort of diet and exercise camp to promote purity or some nonsense. Fellas got a screw loose, you ask me. Folks have got a lot of problems these days. Overeating and not working hard enough ain't two of them.
Kellogg's office. I'm here to talk to your manager. Oh. Oh dear. A grotesque anatomical chart. They've got the spleen mixed up with the liver. Oh no. You know what? Sure are a lot of books about enemas on the shelf. Oh dear. You know, I get the distinct feeling that I don't want to read any of these. Medical journals and Bibles and some old National Geographics. I see. Hello? Hello. So you're a ghost? Does appear so, and alas, without me here to instruct them in my regimen of purity, all my patients have fled. Yeah, something tells me there's more to it. They're likely out ravishing the countryside in their own bodies. One cannot have purity of the soul without purity of the body, you know.
What's this purity stuff about?
My threefold path to the elimination of corrupting influences. Yeah, sure. I like to hear stupid. First step is purity of the glands. One must rid oneself of all romantic and sexual desires and cease any self-polluting. Like cigars? Well, yes, I'm speaking more of self-indulgence. And? Second step is purity of guts. This is accomplished through frequent cold water enemas. Yikes. And the consumption of wholesome and nutritious grain flakes, manufactured through my personally scientifically developed recipe. Oh, so this is a joke about cornflakes being made to stop masturbation. I see. Makes them any different from other breakfast cereals? Did you not hear me? The recipe is scientifically developed. Uh-huh. And the last? Developed an extensive exercise regimen featuring several workout machines that I have invented myself. And all of this combined is... My regimen eliminates corrupting influences from the body, thus purifying the mind, body, and soul. That seems like a good result to shoot for. Does it work? Certainly. Just look at me. You're dead. Only coincidentally. I see. Desk is scrupulously tidy. In fact, there's not so much as a desk blotter or a single pen, and it only has one drawer. You find a secret button, though, cleverly hidden on the underside of that drawer. That's my desk. Keep out. You're incorporeal. How are you going to stop me? Well, I never. Secret button! Cool. What's in the drawer, though? Find a binder full of cryptic, messily written notes. Kellogg's Grain Flakes preparation. Huh. Grab a sheet of paper and consolidate the crazy series of notes into a more or less straightforward recipe. Interesting. Huh. Weird. Alright, away I go. This is the most boring secret room you can imagine. Keep calm and enjoy nothing. Huh. Any explanation for that? No? Alright. Who could possibly have survived being in this place? There's a skeleton in this bed, and it's wearing weird metal pants. Hey! Oh! No my. -5 Moxie. Lockpicking Lock picking. I'm gonna need a lot of needles for this place. And I bet there's nothing in any of them. This bed is covered in bones. There's a scrap of paper under the pillow. Looks like a torn out piece of diary. I'm supposed to achieve purity of glands, but I can't stand sleeping in those metal pants. They're so noisy, especially when I... Oh dear. I'm gonna need 6 needles for this, and I bet every single one is empty. How many needles do I have? Just the 4? Yeah, well, it's gonna be a while before I get more, so... Oh well. If I find more needles, I'll open those. But I guarantee they're empty. Combination grain sifter, flour mill, and who knows what. Its grain hoppers are currently empty. Well, let's see how we make this stuff. Recipe reads 4 parts barley, 1 parts oats, 3 parts spelt. Pressed to 91 psi. Cook for 8 minutes at 640. Huh. Label on the thing says dough press. A large oven, but doesn't have a door, just a wide slot. Huh. -5 moxie. I guess if I find any grain, I can make Kellogg's. Purity is the best sauce. There's a level of weird here that I cannot tolerate. A list of draconian fitness rules the guests of this sanatorium had to adhere to. According to the scale, you weigh 6 newtons. You don't know how to use this scale correctly. I weigh 4 drams. You don't know how to use this correctly. A year's worth of height and weight recordings for the ranch's customers. It is the most boring book you've ever read in its entirety. It's a big ruler to measure yourself. You're 5 cubits and 4 hands tall. You know how to use this ruler, right? Supposedly a cubit is the length of your forearm, so that would mean that he's 4 arms tall. Or something. I've already forgotten. A loose floorboard here with fingerprints. There's a key ring! The Kellogg Ranch key ring. Does it just open the pants? The keys to every door in the building. You'll be a serial unlocker. Too bad all of the doors were open, so... Doesn't really matter. Can I open these? Ah! Find the correct key. Looks like this one belonged to a cook. Cowboy chef's hat. The locker. Unlock it. Find the correct key. Sugar. Looks like this person has a secret stash of candy in addition to an earnest commitment to fitness. Kellogg Ranch workout regimen, peppermint drops, and sugared pork balls. Oh dear. Candy consists of little balls of pork preserved with sugar. A little dropper full of potent peppermint oil. Warm-up stretching, lung expansion, equilibrium maintenance stretching, skeleton vibration, cool-down stretching. I see. The only thing inside is a dusty old diary. Give you them hot secrets. Pick up the diary and blow off some of the dust. The cover says the diary of Will Smith. First name is worn away, but you can tell it was less than 8 letters. Sadly, the contents aren't particularly juicy. The author joined the program because they'd had several relatives with health and wanted to preserve their own. Found the ranch boring, but appreciated the lack of anything that gave her plenty of time for knitting, which was her hobby. Last entry mentions Kellogg's death, rumored but unconfirmed due to a brain aneurysm caused by outrage at hearing a dirty joke, and that the author was returning home. Guess she forgot the diary. Not particularly hot after all. It's a locker. It's locked. Unlock it. 4 needles! Ah, so she had 2. It's a locker, and is not unexpectedly locked. This locker was hiding some performance enhancers with laudanum. You got Kurt's Fit headband and the Kurt's Fit pants. Locker's filled with dirty laundry, assuming that the laundry at the very bottom pile was hidden there on purpose because it's really important. You grab it. Haha. Noted. I just wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced that it was empty. Well, I guess that's over with. Ah, the gymnasium. It's the stretch master. Insert your limbs. Your body is still wrong. Huh. Wasn't expecting that. The vibromatic skeletal agitator. Huh. What was the regimen? Stretch. 2 lung expansions. Stretch. 3 vibrations. Stretch. Okay. There's a passage to an emptier room? Potentially. So stretch, 2 lung, stretch, 3 lung, or 3 skeleton, stretch. So stretch. Okay. 2 lungs. Okay. Stretch. 3 skeletons. No. And stretch. Cool. What does that do? Well, I did it. I'll be honest, I thought that was gonna give me a perk. Ooh, agave. I got some tequila. Barn door is locked. What's here? There's a lot of grain. If you ever need a lot of grain, you know where to find it. Well, so it would be. Endless stacks of grain. I'll get a bag of mixed grain. There's a coil of barbed wire hanging from a nail. Oh. You can send it to a sick friend or something. Ooh, a needle. Hey. Manure. Lots of fertilizer. Some needles. Endless stacks of grain. That's weird. I really thought that doing that in the right order was a good idea. I'm shocked. Weird. Why am I in here? Oh, right, the kitchen. I can make flakes. Load it up. Do some cooking. Machine is complicated, but the controls look pretty simple. Dang it. I don't remember. What was it? 6 barley. What else? 4 barley oats, 1 oats, 3 spelt. 91 psi, 8 minutes at 640. Okay. 2, 3. Was it 3 or 4? I've already forgotten. 4 parts barley, 1 part oats, 3 parts spelt. Mix. Multi-grain dough. Your view of the grains in the mixing chamber blurs as it begins to spin at an implausible rate. With a startling hidden parts of the machine spring to life, and the glass window of the mixing chamber becomes fogged with steam as the grain is mixed into dough. A few minutes later, the dough is expelled as a soft, warm lump. 91 psi. You look at the controls like pressure gauge, foreign label buttons, and a sign that says max press 181. Okay, let's press the red button. That's 5. Yellow button. Slowly compresses the dough. The dough remains unchanged. Whoops! Okay, so that's the final button. 1. Reset. Okay. Dang it. 191. Boom. And the machine is switching you learn some perfectly pressed dough, flattened multigrain dough. You grab your dough and leave, but you're wondering if the dough is leavened. Excellent question. Your flattened dough at 640 for the time knob for butts. How long was it? I don't remember. I'm gonna go with 8. 8 minutes at 640 sounds right. You pop your dough into the metal tray, helpfully applied it, and slide it into the slot in the oven. There are only 2 knobs, one for temperature and one for duration. You decide to turn the knobs in order from left to right. The temperature is on the left. You turn that one from right. Pay attention. There's a quiz later. First the temperature knob, now for the time knob. Just wait for the oven to finish. The oven dings, and a perfectly cooked tray of toasty flakes emerges from the shot. They're great! Purifies your guts. This is a bowl of pressed grain flakes that you made according to Kellogg's recipe. Normally you'd be proud of yourself for doing something like that, but they look like they probably taste pretty bad. Can I sugar them? What a shame. Can I make them again, or was that a one-time thing? I'm tempted to know. Nope, you only get one. You only get the one. Purifies your guts. Do you think if I take it, I'll see something spectacular? You shall be purified. You can't bring yourself to eat these boring-looking flakes. Didn't say Kellogg say something about needing your glands to be pure before you can purify your guts? Maybe that's what's stopping you. Yeah, maybe that's it. Does that mean I have to wear these? Ugh. Does that mean I have to do the workout regimen first? Oh, do I have to have not eaten anything today? Maybe that's it. That might be it. I'll try the workout routine just because I can, but this is the wrong place. Nope. Oh, I guess that's to finish the thing. So what's this about, using your glands to be pure? I don't know. I'm tempted to solve this puzzle. I want to know. Alright. I think you have to wake up with the pants on. I think. Oh no! Frequent cold water. Oh. And the consumption of grain flakes. I see. And then there's the exercise regimen. Okay. Yeah, you have to go to sleep in these metal pants. Let's try it. Go back to dirt water and sleep. I'm on 2 anger already anyway. No interruptions, look at that. Go Spectrier Carrot too. There you go. Carrot fades out of existence. She gives a thankful neigh. Go to sleep. You dream that you're looking into a mirror inside a giant cactus. For some reason all your teeth fall out. You wake up screaming. You wake up refreshed and restored. And hungry. And sober. You also slept really well. You feel quite refreshed. Purity of glands. Hey, I did it. It worked. No interruptions. Let's go. Alright, then... let's do it back to back. Then we eat the flakes. Eat the flakes. They really scrape out your innards. So clean. Stretch. 1, 2. Stretch. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. Kellogg brand purity. Puzzle solved. Then I guess I'll wear this for the other quest. Kellogg brand purity. Your body has been shattered on the altar of purity, and you've been reborn as more than a human. This description is a registered trademark of Kellogg Ranch. Plus 30 HP. Nice. It worked out in the end. Alright. Darn, I thought the purity would show me something in here. Oh well. Alright, well, to the hippies, I guess. I have 12 needles now. Look at that. Where were the hippies again? Lord of Darkness. Ah. You see what you take to be an oasis in the boiling heat of the region and spur towards. As you near it, you discover you've been fooled. It wasn't an oasis at all, but an evil, towering, black stone gal monolith. Anyone can make that mistake, honestly. Oh. Got the jump on them, though. $81 or 76 damage. It lives on 1 health. 1 health. Die. Ungulith horn, and a menudo geode. Pretty sure both of those are words for leavings. Sometimes a pocket of intestine remains behind when a cow undergoes the transition to an infernal ungulith. And you get one of these, a stone sphere full of boiling tripe. Ew. The horn of an ungulith. It's not sharp, but dangerous. Oh, didn't mean to walk in here. Ugh. Teach me your ways. Yeah, I'm out of sync. Nailed it! You have unlocked true potential. Excellent. Now what does that do? I have to know. Purity of guts. You've been thoroughly cleansed. Purity of glands. Polluted glands, a chance to heal a little. Plus 10 muscle. Unlimited grain. Glutton for punishment. You gain experience from fights even when you lose. I don't remember getting that, but here we are. That was the courtesy and physique. Plus 10 muscle. Nice. Prepare to awaken your core. Phew. Alright. Didn't want to do that, but alright. Didn't want to do that either. Cool. I made it out. I can finally change my stuff again. Bean iron. Was this 3 mysticality? I don't think I have much else. Yeah. Your pants. Some moxie. Some armor. Plus 7 muscle. Look at that. That's surprisingly, these are the best pants I have, because I have no good pants. Miner's pants. I get it. 1 AP and 1 armor, 1 AP, 7 moxie. Sure. Min-max mythicality? I mean, pretty close. I don't think we would get much higher than what I've got. 42 is pretty good, I feel like. I don't know if it gets much higher than this. Lucky. Oh, I didn't want to be in here. What were you again? You want me to find mushrooms? Alright. Alright, if I wander, I assume I'll find the mushroom cave they were talking about. Spy patch of local weed growing next to the trail. You hop down to make sure it's not local grass or local flowers. Hey. Nope. We'll try once more. At the trail's shoulder, you see some ancient petroglyphs carved into the rock. They say my 6th is the 6th of demonic opposing. Huh. What was the first one? My first is of old dirt? Something? I don't remember. Investigate a plume of smoke, and there's no fire. The next thing you expect is not so much smoke as the charred ghost of someone with a particularly grisly death. Oh dear! Smoldering ghost. Smoldering ghosts, Batman. No, he's smoke resistant. You missed, you fool! I can't do spooky damage. They're resistant. Pew! Bang. You missed. Bang. Blast. Ha-ha! Got a bit of ectoplasm. You blew that ghost away like a stiff breeze. Alright. I'm not sure how to find this place. You remember any side? Do you remember what she said? Dang. Boy, I wish I remembered. How she said to find the cave. I don't remember. Oh well. Let's focus on the... Oh, I need a tap. I need a tap for the cactus goblins. Howget. I was gonna check dirt water, but I've already come back now, haven't I? Where's that mushroom stuff? Hippica. Fully opens your third eye. Concentrated form of mushroom hallucinogen, manufactured by an insane chemist. Swallow the extract, the world turns inside out. Bacharach Galactarius. Like, wow.
Like holy smoke, Scoob.
You've made the classic mistake. You consumed something given to you by a hippie. No. Oh, I bet there's something in one of her houses then. Nothing here. Nothing there. Thought for sure there'd be something in there. One day. I hate this tent in particular. Weird. Alright, off we go. spiky, bright blue shape catches your eye. You hop off Spectrier to investigate it more closely. Haggard's agave, native to Panama, but they grow around here, with places that too hot for teachers to be comfortable. Nope, I have no idea how to find the place. Off to one side of the trail, you spot a cactus that doesn't quite look right, specifically because it has a goblin face. As you get closer, you're pretty sure it's just a goblin in a cactus outfit. Gives you some annoyed side-eye and tries to wave you away, but the cactus arms aren't very mobile. You know a guy called Cactus Bill? Shh, away to going. Why are you in the cactus? Watching cactus herd for keeping safe from predator. What predator? Any predator. Tortoise, eagle, goblin? Now going away, ruining skies. Well, your disguise isn't working because a cactus doesn't have a face. Me helping. Cast a spell to make the goblin's disguise effective. So effective, you lose track of which cactus was the goblin and can't find him. So you shrug and head on your way. I might have just turned them into a cactus. Possibly. There's gotta be a way to find this, right? Maybe if I go up here with third eye? No. Talk to her with it? I don't know. No idea. Oh well. Quest lost. Away with us. Need to find a tap, don't know how, to the cemetery. Yell vibrato device and the bleeping leads you to a sand dune, which becomes remarkable when this robot buried underneath wakes up. Oh no! Oh! That looks dangerous. I could do 78 damage. Or I could not do that. Hadouken! Hehehe. Whop. Works every time. Why are there tickets to the pet cemetery? Howdy! Welcome to Gorman Lancaster's one and only petting cemetery. It's educational, entertainal, and only 500 meat for a lifetime pass. Entertainal? Look, don't knock the patter, okay? What is a petting cemetery exactly? That's right, wide variety of guaranteed genuine animal skeletons. Free to touch them to your heart's content. With your hands is, no rising. I feed them? You could try. Neat. Interested in a fellowship membership? That's exorbitant. It's a lifetime membership. If you were younger, it'd be worth more. Fair enough. Ah. What do you think? A what? I think it's an exhibit of animal skeletons. You got one, child. Alright. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I memorize your face. This is the skeleton of a jackrabbit. In a pinch, the jackrabbit can help you change the wheel on your wagon. It cures your speed for the rest of the day. Oh! Plaque says a pack rat skeleton, but there's nothing here. Oh! The skeleton of a desert tortoise. Currently in a very slightly less of a hurry to get places than when it was alive. Increase armor. Buffalo, but there's nothing here. You're buffaloed by this. Owl skeleton. If you want to know how many fireballs it takes to get to the center of an enemy skeleton, just ask an owl. Desert ape skeleton, but there's nothing here, and you're pretty sure there's no such thing as a desert ape. This is a bobcat skeleton. Bobcats are known for their ferocity and the weird high-pitched noises they make when telling jokes. Melee. There's a hawk skeleton. Hawks resent being mistaken for falcons and will shoot you if you do it too many times. Let's go spell damage. Boon of the owl. Alright, I guess we'll go get the pack rat real quick. Because why not? Nice. Man, it's hot. I'm gonna have to turn on the fan. From the petting cemetery. You stuff the pack rat in your bag, too preoccupied with the contents of her head to notice. Yeah, I bet. Well, good to know. I'll try and find some of the rest of those. Didn't want to do that, but here we are. Alright, where are we going? I don't feel like going back to the cemetery, so no. I guess we'll go to the buffalo pile, see if we can't find the buffalo skeleton, because I can't imagine where else it would be. Oh! Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo. Oh dear. What in the holy crap is this? Never heard of the buffalo pile? It's a huge burial mound where the early settlers put their dead. Since they had a ton of buffalo bones left over from killing and eating them all, that's what they buried them in. What? Well, I was just thinking, I wouldn't have expected there to be a big hole in the side like that. Buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo to buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo. It's a bunch of weird cards. Infectious duck. Infernal horse. Accursed chimera. Vomitous centaur. What kind of game is this? Bleeding amoeba, mutated skeleton, acidic eyeball, vomitous hippopotamus, murderous organs. That's somewhat of an oxymoron. Abyssal amoeba, aberrant stalker, blood-soaked chimera, spitting rhinoceros, bloody dragon. That one was awesome. Oozing gargoyle, infernal fairy. Cool. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo to buffalo, buffalo. You hear a lot of activity down the corridor. Chanting, shuffling, robes of clattering bones. Shouldn't go down there. Ugh. Covered in big beakers. Milk, milk, lemonade. A vat of milk. Ichor and lemonade. Atop the slab, there's a skeleton-shaped indentation with a buffalo skull-shaped indentation where the normal human skull-shaped indentation should be. Good thing to keep in mind if you end up in possession of bones necessary to fill the indentation. So it would seem. Keys. You look through the bars and see hundreds of buffalo-human skeleton hybrids locked in here. 3 to a cell. Keys are hanging next to the door. You could let some out if you wanted, but they look pretty angry. Sure. You're free! Oh, no. 74. Won't quite kill them. This one looks pretty dangerous. Blam! Bam! Spooky! It's so spooky. Wablam! Spooky. You fool! Bonk. Now that's spooky damage. 120 XP. Some of them hadn't finished decomposing. Ugh. The shelves are filled with hundreds of crates full of buffalo and human bones sorted. You don't have anything specific you want to do with them, so while you appreciate their organization, there's not really anything here for you. I can't necromancy them. This is clearly the good toilet. Yay! Should really use scented candles. This place smells like a buffalo pile. It's a little weird container filled with reading material. Advanced Beancraft Volume 11! Finally! Bean slinging. It's a recipe that's been scratched out and replaced with a bunch of paranoid, insane scrawlings. Gives wary a skill to increase maximum AP. That's very good. An article about butter, an article about beans, and the juxtaposition gives you an idea. Butter bean reduces their stats. Recipe for a wall-shaped pile of beans. Bean wall provides cover. I definitely want wary. AP is so good. You read the scrawlings and internalize all of their insane paranoid implications. Afterwards, you narrow your eyes and burn the book. I didn't trust that book. This is clearly the bad toilet. Take that, toilet! A pile of trash next to the bad toilet. Discipline slip. Little slip of pink paper. You read over the infraction listed on the slip. Looks like one of the cultists was gathering dangerous mushrooms. Curious. You slip into your journal. Interesting. I'll go take that to the mycology area with the hippies. Bones rule. A Spartan cot? It's locked. A black hood and a bottle of buffalo tranquilizers. Kind of hood that minions of a necromancer might wear. Or you could wear it now. Spell damage! Deal. Now I'm spooky. Finally hear noises as they pass by. You don't catch much of what they say, but you hear. Remember the rhyme. Milk after blood, ritual's a dud. So don't do blood, then milk. Blood before ichor, start that soldier's ticker. Alright. So blood, then ichor. Ichor after blood, way to go, stud. Why is Doug having so much trouble with this? So it's blood, then ichor. So blood, ichor, milk. Milk after ichor, might as well reanimate wicker. Okay, so it's milk, blood, ichor. Got it. Frightening topics in next mix. Now that's a serious padlock. Too bad I'm the best. Buffalo soldier diagram, some old coins, and an old engagement ring. How nice. There's a detailed diagram of one of those hybrid things. Just shell it. Just shell it. Shell it. Oh, I'm back here. Interesting. So it's milk, blood, ichor. Or I could do the Marime that I saw Markiplier do. Milk, milk, lemonade. And it does a thing. But I kind of want to reanimate the bovine. So I think I'm going to do that instead. Milk, blood, ichor. Steam rises. The intense heat fuses the eager spigot into a useless mass of metal. The boiling subsides, and what's left is... You're left with a beaker full of liquid that is unmistakably buffalo reanimating fluid. It's unmistakable because somehow the reaction caused the beaker to become labeled, and the label says it's buffalo reanimating fluid. Well, that's just science. Steam rises. The steam causes the lemonade faucet to get clogged up. The boiling subsides, and what's left is... When the reaction subsides, you're left with a beaker full of surprisingly delicious-looking fudge! The whole process really turned a corner on you. Milk, milled, lemonade. Round the corner, fudge is made. Neat. Is that supposed to be a nursery rhyme about bodily fluids? Chest, groin, butt? Is that supposed to be a joke on that? That's weird. Yes? I don't like that. I definitely don't like that. Now, if we have another one that ends on blood or milk, we can do it. Can we just take 3 milk and see what happens? Alright. Alright, now if I get some buffalo parts. These shells are filled with hundreds of crates, each full of buffalo and human bones, carefully sorted. Buffalo soldier bones. Collect all the bones needed. Alright. Put the bones... Not sure what to do next. You grab bottles and supplies from various cells, or working at the skeleton. Some bone glue here, some artificial ligaments here, some horn polish. Well, on the horns. That was kind of obvious. Now all you need is pour reanimation fluid here. You pour and watch as it travels down all the spirally glass tubes into the skeleton. The newly assembled buffalo soldier stirs to life. You live! Welcome to the world. What's your name? Buffalo? It's a bit uncreative. You let me finish. Okay. Buffalo, Buffalo. Yeah? Bill. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo Bill. Gotcha. Can you remember anything from before? I remember eating grass. And anything else? Shooting. Lots of shooting and people cheering about the shooting. You have the buffalo and human memories. What will you do? Guess I'll wander around and try and find a purpose? You can travel with us. Sure, that sounds okay, but first I want to take care of something. Bill stomps off. You hear a crunch and a guy saying, "Hey, give me back my rifle!" Then you hear some rifle shots, some screams, and some silence. Oh, alright, that sounds about right. Bill walks back into the room smiling. You think, well, that about does it for this place, I'd say. If you can think of anything you'd like to do with the bones, I reckon they're all yours at this point. Let's get out of here. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo Bill will now assist you in combat. Hooray! I'm glad I went through all that. I probably shouldn't kill these now that we have a buffalo person tell. Hey, can we let them free? Nope. It's just a fight. We did it! Infernal Fairy. I miss Blood Dragon. That's my favorite. I'm glad she doesn't feel too bad about me reanimating the buffalo. Somehow. Maybe I should become a necromancer. Maybe I'd be the best necromancer. I have advanced beancraft. I should check this out. Oh, you find a big crate. Ah, finders keepers. Soap, canteen, gin, and blood building tonic. Still need to find a tap. Not sure where to find that. Keep out. I did get some bean iron. Can I cook something sublime? You know them. You don't cook them so much as befriend them. Ask them to become their best selves. +9 to all stats. Plus 20% item bonus. +9 though, but item stats. But full canteen, you can go to the big cactus. No, I need a tap. Is specifically. Oh, I guess I could try. Maybe it'll work. We'll find out. I'm willing to bet there's just a shop in Dirtwater that sells it now. I have to. Immaculate beans. The beans simply become the dish. You are very good at this. And gilded beans. What if I cook other things? +2 max AP. Sheesh. What about the simple? Mysticality, meat drop bonus. Meh. 2 max HP! You will, and the beans coalesce into a changed reality. This change manifests as a plate of perfectly cooked beans. I could forge some bean iron. How about some dense bean iron? A ladle, +7 mysticality to my weapon. An offhand HP regen, not very good. I already have a healer. And a colander, a hat of 7 mysticality. What's my current mysticality weapon? My hat is +9 spell damage, or I could do +7 mysticality. And in offhand, I just have the sensor, which is +3 mysticality. Let's take the offhand. Some dense bean iron in the offhand, +5 HP regen. 3 mysticality is better than the regen. The hat is 7 mysticality, or I could take 9 spell damage. I don't know. That's a good question. Or the weapon +7 mysticality. You know what? I could make the weapon. Why not? I think I can make both, though. You ignore the parts of the bean iron that aren't the thing you're making, and they vanish. Behold! And I'll make the colander, sure. Behold! You have no bean iron. There we go! We're currently using the bone sword for 13 damage, or I could use the ladle for 7 mysticality. And a hat. Bean iron colander for 7 mysticality. Sure, why not? Then I don't look like a necromancer. I've got so much cool stuff. I'm a real beaner now. I'm using the old bean. Disappointing. Dang it. One day I'll find more bean iron. We'll try this at the cactus. Maybe it'll work. I think I already had a canteen, though. We'll find out. Doop doop. Doop dub doo doo. Ah. Oh, having syrups? No. Nope, doesn't work. Oh! If you were a tap, where would you be in this pile of junk? You bolt a flange onto a pipe and a couple of rusty widgets. It's not pretty, but it's a tap. You find an empty jar in the pile, too, which could be handy. Tap it. Got cactus syrup. You plug the tap into the syrup vein and fill the jar with purple cactus syrup. Cactus syrup. Oh, would you look at that? Get some goo. I'll get some more cactus syrup. Just in case it does something cool. Hello, having syrups. Yes. Hooray! Guard guzzles the entire bottle in a single long draw. Both fascinating and disgusting. Needing more for proper bribing. Well, of course you are. Having more right here I am. This time the guard moves away from the ladder, so they have plenty of room to guzzle the syrup. Excellent. It's all tapped out. Min-maxing mysticality was a good idea. So it would seem. Ouch. Oh. You did it again, you genius, you. The guard gives you a cheerful nod, mouthful too of syrup to speak. Up we go! Goblins. Let's just check in here first, see what happens. The table's covered with flasks, beakers, bottles, tubes, burners, and all the other equipment that makes up a super elaborate alchemy table, including a whole bunch of different colored liquids and powders and stuff. That seems explosive. I'm going to go now. Hello, hi. Hi, can I? Nope. Can I? No. Yep. Bring me goblin elixir. Want that? Potion of extra deliciousness. How get? Ready for bribing? Not yet. Is there any instructions? You find a scrap of paper in a drawer that looks like instructions, but it's all in goblin science that you don't understand. Well, let's look around. Pick up a beaker and look at the ingredients. Let's start with some purple. Then we add the white ooze. How about some black granules? Spit in it. Managed to make the concoction out the window and duck just before it explodes. It's tricky stuff. Is there any elections now? No. How about some yellow ooze? With some mauve powder? And then indigo juice. Shake it up. Then make sure it turns orange and starts to bubble. After a second, it settles down. Wherever it is, it doesn't seem immediately life-threatening. Smells terrible. Keep it. You pour the elixir, maybe, into a flask. Maybe it isn't deadly poison. Who knows? Does this work? Oh, good, yes. Goblin moves away from the ladder, takes little sips, savoring the flavor. Is good? Yes, perfect. Huh. Good. Goblin ignores you, blissfully taking constant little sips. Huh. Yellow ooze with some stuff. How about some orange syrup with the yellow juice and violet fluid? Stir this. Cool. What is this stuff? Ah. Want a refill? No? Okay. I'll give this to the next one, I guess. Ah, pointy. Oof. The jelly beans. What the heck is this? Holy crap, this isn't the most disturbing thing you've ever seen. I don't want to know what was. Hi, guys. Jelly beans, can I having them? Oh, what? Our fruit rocks? No. No, not taking our fruit rocks. These being ours, not you taking. Ugh. Stuff a fungicide bomb into the pile. But not looking like eating, Jarful. What, eating? Fruit rocks not eating. Fruit rocks just looking at. You look at them? Not fitting through floor hole. Can't leaving room. Fruit rocks only entertainment being. Jeez, that's sad. How about teaching you something else to entertaining? Something better than fruit rocks look at. Okay, sounding good. Agreeing. I'm not certain. What better than fruit rocks looking at? 20 question. Teach goblins how to play 20 questions, and once you get them over the initial hurdle of a goblin being neither animal, vegetable, nor mineral, they pick it up pretty fast. Soon they're so focused on the game that they stop paying attention to you entirely. Excellent. They're slightly less doomed to eternal pain. Goblin Pile is too focused on the game to notice you taking the jelly beans. Fair trade, so they're yours anyway. Green apple jelly beans. Too busy with their game, no need to interrupt. Can I open the crate? No? Blast. Alright, well, goodbye then. Alright, well, goodbye. It's a pile of goblin junk, all tapped out. Ow. Oof. Old granddad legs, feet. Was that called that the whole way up and I just didn't notice? Feet, legs, torso, and head. I did not know that. Granddad! Ow. Ow. Oof, ow! You would not believe what was in there. To Roy Bean! Wouldn't you know it, the trail is blocked by a bunch of boulders and fallen logs and barbell weights and an old cast iron printing press and other heavy stuff. You flex your impressive muscles and move all the heavy stuff out of the way. And once you've ridden past it, you move it all back. After all, it isn't yours, and it would be rude to move someone else's stuff without permission. Here. Always take an opportunity to work out, chat. You never know when your next one will be. Here's your jelly beans. Wonderful. Good job, kid. Looks like they're all here, too. The goblins didn't eat any. It was weird. Well, never mind then. You done a swell job, kid. Only got one more jar of jelly beans missing. They were stole by a gang of dang hippies. Why'd they take them? Heck, who knows what a hippie's thinking? All I know is they took off and headed south and a little bit west. Oh, so that's how I find Shroom Cave. Huh. Totally unrelated. Shroom Cave. Ah. Specky blue shape. Ah. A Hagar Agave. I remembered the name. I did it. How'd I miss? I remembered I had this book about your mushrooms with me. You better take a look at it if you're going to be fooling around with these things. The wrong one can mess up your body real bad. Thanks, Doc. Am I forgetting anything? Roy Bean. That's it. Alright, thank you. Mycology. Yorkology. Read it. You memorize the position of all the spots on all the mushrooms. Passion fair mycologist. After you finish reading the book, you absentmindedly misplace it while musing about mushrooms. Drat! I accidentally used it to build a mushroom farm. Let's read about my Nex-Mex. Necromancer Journal. Corwin will be excited to get it back. I absentmindedly stole it by one of the Kurtzites. You found the Discman slip that mentioned dangerous mushrooms. It says there's a patch of Mortis ostriatus near the lair. Death oysters! They only grow in a narrow band between the big canyon and the mountains. That narrows it down. Looks like we've got everything we need. There are shrooms everywhere. I bet you could eat these if I hadn't read the book. Dangerous. Can I not harvest them? I have my mushroom picking pliers. They're a bit of the way back, though. Ah, mushroom plucking pliers. Oh. I can't equip it, it just exists. There's a lot of Mario mushrooms in here. Yahoo! Hey! I'm stuck behind a mushroom. You recognize this? It's the extremely hallucinogenic Lactarius Dirty Hippica. Harvest. You'd carefully pluck out of the ground and stow it. Can I get a one-up shroom in here? Surely. I will investigate every single rock pile to find a one-up mushroom. Oh gosh. That's going to mess with me. Ah! The extremely hallucinogenic Lactarius Dirty Hippica. Excellent. Oh, a mushroom pack. Very dirty knapsack. A mushroom map. Loose bits of granola and some very, very dirty clothes. This must be hers. This cultist is totally zonked out. Cultist is muttering and twitching in his sleep. Mushroom crumbs litter the floor around him. Loot! Grab everything that isn't nailed to him. Skeleton bones, human ashes, and a little square of yellow paper. Sticky note. Oh good, I can necromance again. If I ever find that other stuff that I don't remember. Someone lost a very dirty knapsack. Oh, my third eye! Shroom Cave, hidden lounge. It's a very comfy looking sofa. No bean iron? Not for sure. What a strange lamp. Stow it in your pack. Fortunately, it isn't real lava. It's Roy's beans! Lime jelly beans. They do look pretty cool under the black light, you have to admit. Your great-grandkids are gonna love this kind of music. Glad it's confirmed that I do, in fact, get money. I will, in fact, get kids. I will, in fact, fuck. Let's go. I didn't find a one-up mushroom anywhere in here. What a ripoff. I'm going home. We're out of here, Doc. This map is labeled Shroom Locations and shows a weird, convoluted trail leading to a big X. The X is in the same spot that weird cave full of mushrooms you found earlier. Stand to reason, I guess. Sort of the trail looks like it's right near that weird fort full of dirty weirdos. Ah, I see. So you would go to Roy, he would tell you about the Shroom Cave. Then you would find the map, that would lead you here, then you would open your third eye, then you could go back and get his jelly beans. I, however, found the dirty hippies first. And you don't even want it back. Why are you even here? Do I want to talk to what's his name? In fact, I do. I guess it's a once a day kind of thing. What's in here? Safe Kraken. One day. One day. Wibbity whoop whoop whoop. Wibbity whoop whoop bum bum bum. Alright. That just about does it for everything over here. The Great Garbanzo. Reboot Hill seems like a good place to go. Oh yeah, Breadwood's the actual quest, right? Well, it's a bit late now. I feel like we don't really want to. I don't really want to start that now. I'll do all the other stuff then. All right, you look around and see if there's any trace of that necromancer. I'll cover our backs. On it. Don't worry, it's just paint. Strange, there's a keyhole hole in the trunk of this tree. Suspiciously treeless area. See the ghost of an elderly woman holding flowers. She seems lost and depressed, above and beyond what's expected for a ghost. Howdy, ma'am. Something I can help you with?
Oh, it's so awful. I can't remember at all.
Start at the beginning.
You see, I had 4 daughters. They married 4 brothers, the Smith boys, and after that they each had 5 daughters of their own. Unfortunately, I outlived every one of the 24 of them.
24? Should have been... Oh. I guess 24 is your daughters. Got it. You know you're a ghost, right?
Oh yes, in fact I died here in this graveyard, where they're all buried. I came to visit them, and I suppose my poor old heart finally gave out. That's not the problem, though. 95 years is a pretty good run, after all.
What did you forget?
Bought this bouquet of flowers to put on my favorite granddaughter's grave, but I can't remember which of them was my favorite. I'm so ashamed I can't bear to leave until I remembered.
I see. Well, maybe I can help you figure it out. I am mystical, after all.
Oh, thank you. I'd appreciate that ever so much.
No problem, ma'am. Now, do you remember who your granddaughter was?
I'm quite certain her first name ended in a vowel.
Alright, so it probably ended with E, if we had to guess.
I remember I was 40 when she was born, or 37. Was it 42? It must have been somewhere in that range.
Okay, so about, with plus or minus 3, 40 years old. When were you born?
Anything else?
You're 95 now. When were you born? It was 55 years ago from today. Anything else?
Oh, her first name was longer than her last, just like mine.
I see.
She wasn't buried next to any of my daughters.
What were your daughters?
She passed at the same age as poor Becky, who was always in such ill health.
Becky who?
Her favorite hobby was knitting. Oh, she did me a lovely sweater for Crimbo just the year before she died.
Alright. I'll be back. Alright, and in a vowel. It's not you, I know that. Becky. So she died the same year as Becky. Someone else who died 1859. Lilith couldn't be you. Leslie could be you. First Becky. Butts! Alright, that has complicated things. Unless no one else has died in 75. If no one else has died, it's gosh, there's so many. Oh, someone who ends with a vowel ending in 75. Dang it! Okay, well, there's 2 Beckys now. One of them liked knitting, and she's not buried next to any of your daughters. And it was roughly when you were 50. Which one's yours? Which one's your grave? Stop it. There's more! Billy Spider McKinley. Oh no, this is someone else. Turned out to be way more than one spider. Wise old Jed Marmot. This time the bar ate him. Ground seems soft. Oh, marmot skin cap. I bet that increases moxie. Pistol. Close love. Peggy Immortal. Kinda ironic. Big Bob Hurlingham. Gone to the big pie eating contest in the sky. Tripe pie. Pie crust filled with intestines. Just goes to show. One man's nightmare garbage is another man's dinner. Biff Bunkerston. He was a real butt face. Snidely Crandlesworth. He was sort of like a Benjamin Button kind of thing. 1800 to 1700. Clean Willie Hanks. He really is going to hate this burial thing. Annette Scentibaum. Tried to eat her way out of a bear. That's metal, dude. Buck Jeansley. 1811, 1852. No one ever saw a man die that way before. There's a whole gang buried here. Yo, let's go, Rifleman. His speed is mad, dude. He already attacked. I have 8 action points. That means I can now set up the golem and area of attack. Let's go. Blam! No, he's a buff. He's a buff too. Nerd Lord. Get ladled! Oh, blam! I'm starting to sound like Multiplier. You've eaten a whole gang of sweet skeletons. Here lie the sweet gang. May they never wake up. That's unfortunate. You got a sweet sword. You plucked the sword from the stone. Now you're royalty. The sword in the stone. Alright, so we need to find a key at some point. So what is your name? Rebecca Smith? "40 when she was born, but what were you... What? What's your name?" Shank Weems. We're reasonably sure he's dead. Well, I guess if you had all the daughters, then that means that you're the first to be born, right? So whichever's the earliest, that one's yours. So we've got 1841, 1820. Oh, here's 1819. But I don't think you had a baby when you were 1, so something tells me that one of these is older. Huh. Uncover a coffin that was apparently delivered by mail, because it still has the address. Either that or it was a joke on someone going to Hellstrom Ranch after they die. Huh. Farrah Smith is 1816. 1816 is the earliest so far. But one would assume that this is your grave, right? 1800, Rebecca Smith. 1800, right? So around 1840 they were born, roughly. First name was longer. So that also eliminates something else. First name ends in a vowel and is longer. And, of the 20 granddaughters, there was 5 daughters, which should all be born much earlier. Around the 1820s. She loved knitting. She knit you a sweater for Crimbo just the year before she died. How does that help me? Her hobby was knitting. She knit me a sweater for Crimbo the year before she died. I'm not sure how that would help me. Alright, so she was born in roughly the 1840s. So this is one of her main daughters, so she wasn't any of these two. And she died in roughly the 40s. The same as one of the Beckys. There's multiple Beckys! Penultimate Becky Smith. Patricia Smith. First Becky Smith. Oh no. This is Rebecca Smith. Yes, so this was your first one. She was born when you were roughly 40. This is so much to keep track of. This is one of the Beckys. So 59 it could be. You didn't end in a vowel. Yeah, this is it. They were born in the 40s. Their name ends with E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Their first name is longer, and they die the same year as Becky. Leslie is a strong contender. Do we have any others that die 59? We'll look at everything else later. I'm just gonna make a note here. Leslie. Okay. Any others that die 59? Here's Faith. Her first name is the same length, though she's not a contender. And also her name doesn't end with a vowel. Okay, that's the first Becky crossed off. That's the only Becky that it could be. Was she a granddaughter? Yeah, she was a granddaughter. So now we need to find another Becky. Because for some reason there's like 3 of them. Penultimate Becky Smith, who died in 64, was a granddaughter. So she died in 64. Do we got any 64s here? Oh wait, no, Leslie, she has to be not. Oh no, this is one of the main daughters, so she can't be buried next to this. So this is the wrong one. Leslie is out. So we're going with this Becky, 1864. Got any 64s? Any 64s around here? Leilani ends in a vowel. Last name is longer. In the 40s. I guess that's close enough, but Are you... That's a granddaughter. That's a granddaughter. Okay, so Leilani is potential. Okay, so this is the potential. Any other 64s? Any other 64s? No. Okay, so that's that Becky done. Leilani is our contender right now. Something about Christmas and knitting a sweater. Not particularly helpful, I'll be honest. Okay, so that's penultimate Becky Smith done. Any other Beckys? First Becky Smith. This is a granddaughter. She died in 75. We got any 75s around here? Ah. Pearl? That's not it. Doesn't end in a vowel. 75. Oh. Madeline. Oh, nope, that was a daughter. So that's not it. Not you. 75, 75. Any 75s here? No. Okay, that Becky's out. First Becky is out. Any other Beckys? Is there like a... Is Becky like a nickname for something? Is it gonna... Are we gonna find out like... Oh, by the way, Butricia is like the long name for Becky. Here's another Becky. 1888. I think this is the last Becky, too. Okay, so we've got 88. 88 is the last one. We got any 88s? Any 88s? Any 88s? Any 88s? No! So it has to be Leilani. There's really no other one it could be. Her name started with an L. Was it Leilani? What? How could it be anyone else? It's not you. There's no other Beckys that I know of. Becky is done. First Becky. I guess she was just slightly too late. Fidelity, Faith, and Farah. Melissa Magdalene Mezzo Becky Smith. Hmm. Apparently Becky is a slang word, so never mind that. Did I misread one of the clues? What else could it be? You only get one per day as well. Well, it's not Leilani. What else could it be? There's little Becky, it's 59, but it's not you. Because you're buried next to one of the original daughters. There's five original daughters, so there's 5 people who should be born in the 20s, right? 1, 2. Three. 4. Oh, okay, so one of them was not born in the 20s. One of them was born in like the 30s. That's confusing. Or did I miss one? 1, 2. 3. 4. Yeah, one of them was born in the late 30s. Someone in the Kellogg Ranch that had to do with knitting. It did, but I don't think it had a name attached to it, unfortunately. Abracadabra. Noted. There's the Kurtzvig Kellogg Ranch stuff. I didn't take it with me, it's still there. I can check. I don't think it had their name. Unless I can find it in the log of stuff. Nope. What a shame. Nope. Nothing left inside. Diary. The Diary of Smith. Yeah, it didn't have the name. That's the problem. It was. You can tell it was fewer than 8 letters. Fewer than 8 letters. How can I make that help me? So the one that liked knitting... Fine, whatever. Less than 8. I just kill you. Be gone! Alright, cool. How can I make that help me? Alright, so let's see... Which ones have less than 8? That's the one that likes knitting. What else does that mean? I wish I could see the clues again. She loved knitting, less than 8 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that wouldn't help with that one. It could be so many. Hmm. Oh, and she was worried about the deteriorating health of all of her family. Yeah, so it's for good reason. So we know it's not you, and that's about it. And it's not you either. And she knitted you a sweater for Christmas the year before she died. Was there a date on that sweater? Was there a date on that diary? Check far left. There's Melissa with 7. That's less than 8. It is, but I don't know of any Beckys that died in 80. That's the problem. There's not really very many Beckys left. There's 1888. There's 88, there's 75. There's 64. And there's 59. None of the Beckys died in that year. Because this is all 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so this is all 24 graves. There's not one missing. And these are all the Beckys. So the only other one it could really be is Leslie, but she's buried right next to Lilith, who's one of the original daughters. There's penultimate Becky Smith, but no one died in 64. Except, you. Except Leilani, which we tried and is wrong. And the only thing I can think of that would disprove that is if one of these was one of the original daughters? Maybe? Because her first name is longer. It ends with a vowel. She died the same year as a different Becky. This Becky. Penultimate Becky Smith. She was born in the 40s, but kind of far away. I guess that's it, is just because it was a little further away than when she was 40. She was almost 50 at this point. I guess that's why it's wrong. But there's no other Beckys. First Becky Smith died in 75. No one else really died in 75 except I think just... Madeline? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Too long. So it can't be Madeline. And they didn't die in 75. There's one other Becky, if I remember rightly. Mezzo Becky in 88. But no one died in 88. None of them. Didn't one of the Beckys die in 80? Oh, but Linda's name is too short. So it doesn't matter. No one died in 88. None of them. So... Mezzo Becky, don't help. Don't help. Yeah, maybe there could be something later on in this that will tell us something else. 64. Didn't some people die in 64? No, some people died in 63. Not 64. Yeah, see, you died in 63, which this would have been the perfect one. Which also is very close. Because this is perfect. Doesn't die next to an adult, ends with an E, longer name, less than 8, 40s, but it was 47, so it's still kind of late. But like that one's almost perfect. No one died in 64 though. 67, 88, 63, another 63. Yeah, and I don't recall there being any Rebeccas. Was there? Was there any Rebeccas that got by me? It was like, oh, that's Becky. Full name Rebecca. Linda, Leilani, Lenore, Patricia. Patricia, Penelope, Becky, Pearl, Pamela, Little Becky, Lilith, Leslie. Yeah, there's none. All we know is that it's an L and E. That's all we know. Because she was hopeful all the way up through L and E. Or maybe that's just a misdirect. I don't know. Hmm. No one died in 59. No one died in 64 at all. Some people died in 75, but not many. They all died the same year. That's rough. 57. 56. Here's a 75. That's 8, though. $59. No, it doesn't end in a vowel. 63. Well, it doesn't the same year, it's the same age. You sure? Well, I won't know until it's finished. They got him coming and going. Think Scotch Turkinson, drowned in a whiskey barrel. That's what he would have wanted. Got some whiskey. Old dead Tom. Took us kind of a long time to get around to this. Couldn't remember the rhyme about which snakes are poisonous. General Nerold Flens died as he lived, screaming. Annette Jangle, first lady bicyclist to ride off a cliff. Riding boots. Well, that's much more of a pain then. What boots am I using? 1 AP and 7 Moxie. I'll take some speed. Lavender Cranks, inventor of the internal combustion engine? External combustion engine. Remains of a picnic, clove drops, instant grits, and food. Gothic cameo. What? Oh, spooky resistance. Nice. Vernon Pensacord, professional sword swallower. Dynamite Jim Fresco, all the bits we could find. The tombstone is big and fancy and has a door on the front. Inside there is a document and a weird little metal object. The document describes a tontine, the burial wishes of Chet Buttersley, and a weird sequence of letters. I see, that's a cipher. The object looks like a piece of a broken key. Huh. Bit litter. Describes a tontine. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. In the front, it's a pretty sturdy lock. Weird little metal object. I'm guessing this is the other half of the key. Describes a tontine. Alg. Bit litter. Alg. Okay. There's a way to solve this. Big and fancy with a safe. Blast. Assemble the key. Blast. I need safe cracking once again. And to figure out what a tontine is. She was born when Rebecca was 37 and 42. Check when Rebecca was born. Could be between 37 and 42. Yeah, so between 1837 and 1842. When she was born? Yeah, she was born between 8. So it could be something like Pamela, but she's buried next to one of the original daughters, so she's out. This is a Becky. This Becky was age 24. This one was 16. So you're 16, 24. Check original Rebecca. First Becky. This one was 3, 8, 38. This one was 38 when she died. And then there was Mezzo Becky Smith, who was exactly 50 when she died. Just so I can read the clues again, I think I'm gonna sleep. I didn't have any buffs anyway, so except the ones that don't matter. You have a good first week? So I did. There you go, buddy. Have an apple. Let's keep going. Alright, let's read our clues. Red treasure haver. So it would seem. I wish I was faster. Alright. Solve this puzzle. Rebecca Becky Smith. 1800 to 1895. Alright. Okay, so what was it? Ended in a vowel. Between 37 and 42. Which, of all the... First name was longer than the last. Wasn't buried next to any of the original 5. Passed at the same age as Becky in ill health, which could be any of them. But it was when... Okay. Hobby was knitting, so she had she had a name less than 8. Okay. So of all the Beckys, there was 16, 24, 38, and 50. So first off, we can ignore these two because they're next to an original. We can ignore these two because they're next to an original. One of the originals is hidden somewhere, and I don't know which one it is. Because there's 18, 16. That's 4 of them. One of them is a hidden adult that we don't know where it is. Same lifespan as a Becky, yeah. But we can ignore you as well. So it could be you. Nope, doesn't end in a vowel. So let's start from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ends in a vowel. Potentially not next to an adult. It's hard to tell. First name's longer. Was within. It's exactly in the range. Could be Melissa. And how old were they when they died? They were 38? They were 38. Okay, you're right. It could be Melissa. Is it died as the same age as Becky? That's weird. Remember anything? Okay. Okay, next thing you know is passed at the same age as Becky. Okay. They knitted. Okay. So Melissa, strongest contender so far. Now that Leilani is out, they're not dead the same year. Magdalene is too long. Becky, so it wasn't you. Well, I mean, I guess they could have died the same as another Becky, but their name is too short. All of the Becky's names are too short. Too short. Doesn't end with a vowel. 3, 6, 8. Too long. No vowel. 3, 6, 8. Too long. 3, 6, 8. Too long. 3, 6, 8. Too long. Too short of a name. Too short of a name. Becky. Too short of a name. Too short of a name. 3. We tried it. It's wrong. 3, 6. Could be. How old were they when they died? They were 3, 16? Could be you. I don't know if Leilani was one of the originals. We don't know if they were an adult. Lenore, it could also be. So we have Melissa. We have Lenore. Which potentially is more likely. Leilani was wrong. Yeah, I know. But that we don't know if they were an adult or not. But if they... No, we don't know. It's definitely wrong, but we don't know if they were an adult or not. Or if they were the original daughter or not. Lenore... I don't see anything that doesn't tick a box. It's... same age as a Becky. Unless I did my math wrong. 3s to 50, then 10 to 60, so 13, 16, yeah. So 16, same as one of the Beckys, so they were 16 when they died. Longer first name, ends in a vowel, less than 8. So it's just a question of, is Leilani one of the original daughters, or is Magdalene one of the original daughters? Oh wait, I didn't check the year. 47. Oh, they're out. Okay. The year's out. Gosh, there's so many clues to remember. Too short. 3, 6, 8. Too long. 3, 6, 8. Too long. Yeah. Penultimate Becky. It's a Becky. Don't matter. Doesn't end with a vowel. 3, 6. Doesn't end with a vowel. 6 doesn't end, or does end with a vowel. They're in the age range, but next to an adult. Doesn't matter. Next to an adult, so the Pamela is also out. Next to an adult, it doesn't. It has to be Melissa. I fit the wrong button. No. Wait. Hold on. need to make sure I spell it right, because I think I spelled it wrong. Hold on. Wait. Melissa. Alright, we're good. There's no other ones that it could be, assuming that we've done this right. I think I know. M-E... Melissa. And she burst into tears, but happy ones this time, because I f***ed it the first, because I read the clue wrong. 90 XP, not worth. Granny just over to her tombstone and gently places a bouquet at its base. Both Granny and the flowers fade away into nothingness, except for a single flower, ghost flower. Goodbye, Granny. A ghost flower. 11 spell damage. Sheesh. Get this mysticality out of here. I did a lot of work for this. Sheesh! Way to go, Thunder. You did it. One day I'll get safe cracking. Ow. Let me out. By the power of a 3rd grade reading level, you've corrected my failures. Xavier G. Hornhog ran for mayor, right off a cliff. Lucky Vinnie Pike. It's bound to run out sooner or later. Considering, when did Granny die? Like 90? She died like 1900. So that means we're in like the 1900s. Or like this year at the worst. Oh, that's not that late. That's only like 30 years. It's bound to run out sooner or later. Jenna Slapradish. Ate too many wasps. Fate worse than death. Hazel Batchley. Embroidered herself to death. Raises questions. That one guy. You know the one. Yeah, you know him. Everyone does. Red Haggins. The most strikingly rat-faced man any of us had ever seen. Standrietta Minkrusten. Tried to eat a live eagle on a dare. Huh. Looks like the eagle knocked out all of her teeth on its way down. Dang. Sir? The skeleton doesn't seem particularly threatening, a part of being a general reminder of your mortality. Who are you? Name's Bernard. But you lower your voice, they'll hear us. The cultist? Yes. Not a fan. Reanimating dead people's skeletons. I don't want to be reanimated. It sounds horrible. Can you imagine having to walk around without your skin on? How embarrassing. Not to mention cold. Sounds awful. Saving dying's hard enough. Who wants to come back to life just when you got used to being dead, right? I can see that. Can you do something? I don't want them to find me. I'll let you know when it's safe. I'll be back here until the coast is clear. Well, time to kill some cultists. La-da-dee-doo, da-da-dee-da. Paulette Tootsberry. Died of a disease we don't have a name for yet. Based on the contents of the coffin, you'd have called it Exploding Skull Syndrome. Perletta Fink, Territorial Scoffing Champion. You're not gonna get past this barrier of rolling bones without, well, making it so there's no barrier of rolling bones. Magic power! I am the better necromancer. Your mystical prowess makes short work of the flimsy magic holding those bones together. Too easy. Susan Boingstrom, buried with her treasured collection of dog ears. Let me check my necromancer's journal. This seems important. I guess that would be in books? It would not be in books, turns out. Ugh. Okay. That was not where I do it. Was the one that teaches me how to build a body. Or revive the dead. I'll never know. Demi-Culverin Cannonball. And a note about ley lines. Oh. Huh. Whoops. Oh well. The cultists look like they're barely maintaining control over that skeleton. Boo! You throw a rock at the skeleton, which instantly explodes. Must have been a real high-energy ritual. You're using that skeleton. You guys are jerks for using a skeleton at all. Why, I oughta. Hex-mex, nex-mex. Can I just kill them now? Dang it, they'll live. 69. Freeze, suckers! Blam! You missed. Too strong. Only do the barrier. 1 to 2. And get him! Bonk! A blam! I'm the spook here. The spooky pistol. Hooray! Ba-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, horrifying concepts of Nex-Mex. Fed room. Nothing left but boots and teeth. Peninsula Wackersley. Nice lady, but a really unfortunate name. The hastily constructed, very shallow privy. You open the door and dig around in the detritus, with nothing of interest. Why was the point? Nothing in here but 3 bedrolls and a single stale smell. Alright. I think this is everything. The robe receipt is west of the mountains. You find a note about ley lines, but you don't know what they are. You need somebody smart, or knows a lot about magic. But I know a lot about magic. Alright, I guess I'll go let Skeleboy know the coast is clear. Howdy, Skullboy. Name's Bernard. They're done. That's a lot off my mind, let me tell you. Here, you can have this worry stone. I don't need it now. Oh, so be it. Moxie. Had a hole rubbed in it by incessant worrying. Fidgeting with it will stop you from looking so anxious all the time. It's a fidget spinner for the back days. Thanks again for the help. You're welcome. Alright. Who knows a lot about magic, or science, or ley lines? What about the professor? I also need to talk to him with all these bits that I have. No, I need safe cracking. One day I'll crack a safe. You know anything about ley lines?
I don't hold much with that mystical mumbo-jumbo. It's very unscientific, but it does come up in my research from time to time, so I can give you a basic overview.
Draw some curved, intersecting lines on a piece of paper and explains how they relate to local geography and so-called mystical forces. It's pretty interesting stuff and makes sense considering what you already know about magic. I got a ley line diagram.
But...
Illustration of the basic principles of ley geography. It's simple enough to be understood by a layman. The diagram is surprisingly comprehensible. You stick it into your necromancer journal. Using your ley line diagram, you narrow the location of the necromancer's lair down to a handful of possible locations based on the unseen currents of energy that riddle the land. Strip of land between the with this carelessness of the necromancer's mushroom-gathering cultists, you to narrow the location to a strip of land between the big canyon and the mountains between there and Dirtwater. Found a note with the magic word required to enter the tavern. Abracadabra! Oh, so is it just on my map now? Because that sounds an awful lot like I just found it. Was that not enough? Because that seems an awful lot like it was enough. Apparently not, because I didn't get it. But whatever. Let's make a battery. And another. I have quite a few keystones to my knowledge. Wrong button. Would it be a quest item? Miscellaneous? Probably be one of those. Yeah, I have 40 keystones. I don't think I'm gonna need those any longer. Oh, I forgot to check how many scraps I have. How much scrap do I have? 400. Oh yeah, I think I can make a few batteries. How many did I get? 17. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That should be good. Alright, that should be good. I should be able to go to the mine. However, something tells me that's going to be complicated. So what I'll do is I'll check out the last cemetery, and I will come back tomorrow. Because it is getting late. Fort Treason! No, that's the place that does the thing with the cannon. Yes! Doesn't seem like anybody's home. Cannon still looks in decent shape. Yeah, if the place is abandoned, it hasn't been abandoned long. Might as well have a look around then. Semi-culverin cannon. Look at the cannon. It's a fine cannon. Huh. Oh dear, someone has broken this tree. I don't have any more binoculars. Looks like everyone's cleared out. Wonder why. Well, if you look around trying to figure it out, I haven't gotten pressing appointments. The barracks. Ooh, some leavings. Instant grits. Love it. Man, I'm hungry for grits now. Artillery targeting flare, incendiary bullet, and full canteen. Artillery targeting flare, huh? The lock on this foot locker has rusted away to almost nothing. Kick it open. Still locked. Private Mathal's diary. Key to P.O. Box 114 and medicine. Private Lemons. I assume that means that they're bad at their job. Private Lemon's diary is pretty dry, not very interesting. Just a list of the day-to-day duties of a straight-laced-up soldier in the hills without anything to fight. Toward the end, though, it starts to mention their commanding officer, Captain Simon, becoming increasingly agitated and convinced that a nearby ranch was being used as a spy outpost. Lemon doesn't sound convinced, but as one annoyingly vague entry to put it, orders are orders. The last few entries have to do with the dissent in the ranks and the possibility of mutiny, the thought of which Lemon abhors. The rest of the pages are blank. Mess hall. Is this a mess hall? Whatever you say. It even says barracks when I walk in. This must be where they stored all of the fire. Ah, of course. Private Mathal. Most of Private Mathal's diary is empty pages, ink splotches, and latrine duty again, blah blah blah. Near the end, though, you can start to see notes about the fort's commanding officer, Captain Simon, going off the deep end, as Mathal puts it. Being stuck out here in the middle of nowhere doing nothing is driving the captain friggin' bug nuts. While the captain eventually decided that a nearby ranch, occupied by a solitary woman and her book collection, was actually an enemy spy outpost, Mathal felt compelled to warn the woman, but was too worried about getting court-martialed to give her any specific details of the looming threat. In an attempt to prevent an imminent cannon bombardment of the ranch, Mathal stole some ballistic charts and hid them in the post office box during a shore leave in Dirtwater. This place doesn't have any damn shore, he comments. What the hell? Unfortunately, the cannons had already been calibrated, and when Mathal returned to the camp, he discovered the shelling had already begun. In his last entry, he declares his intention to start a mutiny, but the diary ends there with no conclusion to the story. I have a feeling we did get a conclusion to the story. Alright, well, let's go to Dirtwater. This had significantly more traveling than I thought it would. Still looking, Bill. Maybe I can magic someone into a cactus for you. It's empty except for a single sheet of cardstock with columns and numbers. Fort Treason's ballistics chart. There's a chart for army guys that explains how to most effectively destroy things from a distance. An immaculately cared for standard army issue diary labeled Private Lemon. It's private in two ways. A baggered and dog-eared army issued diary. The cover says Private Matthew, barely legible, and a collage of gravy stains. I could blank postcard, but I will not. I could also Dirtwater Mercantile. What's up? Could get another bar of soap, but I have a couple. Ooh, disposable binoculars. Excellent. Some locks. I think I already have one. I haven't needed it yet. I might be able to melt these down, but I've already sold them, so... And turn them into needles. But I have plenty of needles now, so who cares? Bye. There was some new people here in Dirtwater, wasn't there? Jail's already finished. Hot dog. Oh, no one showed up yet. Never mind. Fort Treason. Spot a horse skeleton lying a few yards off the side of the trail. You tie Spectrier to a tree just out of sight of it, no sense in scaring, and investigate. Somehow saddlebags are still intact. Maybe the big red plus signs embroidered on the sides of them added to their durability. I hope that wasn't Spectrier's dead body. Or is she just a ghost horse? She was never a living. It's a good question. I'll have to ask him about that sometime. Alexandria Ranch! There it is! I think that's the one. Maybe. We'll find out. I don't think there's anything else at the actual fort. Wrong button. Spectre gets spooked by something off the side of the road, and it's easy to understand why. There's a horse skeleton in the ditch, which is the thing that's probably extra spooky if you're a horse. Approaching the horse more closely, you see the tattered remains of a pair of Pony Express saddlebags on its skeletal franks. Yo, Roman, what's up? The starboard bag is empty, but the port one contains a skeletal human hand with a ring on it. You conclude that either the horse's rider died with his hand in the saddlebag, or somebody is really sad that the skeleton hand they ordered never showed up, even though they paid extra to have it sent Pony Express. Either way, free ring! Got an item. Ring of getting places faster. Oh, I assume that means that you won't have encounters anymore. Reduces the frequency of random encounters. So they'd be less tempted to screw around on the way the places they were supposed to be delivering stuff to. Makes sense. Oh dear! There's cows on this ranch. It's time to fight. The quote is what's up. Good to know. I think they'll just die to this. Yep. Tainted beefsteak. You skin the cows with your trusty knife. Oh, cool! Oh, I don't need to have the varmint knife equipped. Excellent. This place was really blown to pieces. This used to be an undestroyed bookshelf. No longer. Diary of Alexandria. Small diary, crispy around the edges, and smells like gunpowder. You flip through the diary. Most of it is uneventful, describing the life of a woman who likes books and isn't interested in much else. It ends with a passage about a soldier from the nearby fort warning her about some kind of danger he wouldn't specify. So she moved her most valuable books to the cellar and took the ordinary cautions, boarding up the windows and not leaving the house at night. Turns out that isn't much good against cannonballs. Should have been more specific. Heap of smoldering books. The volumes are ruined, the tomes are kaput, the books are wrecked. Ugh, alas. Mostly destroyed bookshelf. Advanced Beancraft Volume 69? Wait. No, 59. There you go. Oh dear. Reminds me of that one clip where deer were jumping across the highway and a poor car stopped, but then got jumped on by two adults by a windshield. Yeah. Yeah. Sad times. Blood beans. About cooking bean dishes so small that they have to be served intravenously. Blood beans, a skill that lets you regenerate health during combat. Gross, and not helpful. I guess bean wall. I'm not sure when I would need it, but if I ever fight an army of 5 gunmen, there we go. Regenning health is worthless, because I'm not muscle build. Butterbean is kind of meh, because I don't really need to nerf them. Maybe I should learn Butterbean. I don't know. I feel like Bean Wall would be useful. Practice making hills of beans flatter and flatter until they become walls. Unfortunately, just as you master the technique, you drop the book on one other side of one of the walls and lose it. Oh, man. Every time. Place targeting flare. Alright, there we go. It's half a cannonball. The front half. Picked up the cannonball and inspect it. There's an inscription you can mostly read. It says the cannonball came from Fort Treason. It's got the address stamped right onto the surface. This bombardment was done by the army. The horror. Wrong button. Ah, there's an open grave here, which is weird. Maybe they forgot to bring the body and had to go back to get it? That would be pretty embarrassing. Oh, there are a few things in here. Maybe they're just burying this junk and forgot to fill the hole back in? Well, there's bones, so something tells me they were just there. I should be asleep, but said, F it. I'll watch their stream and hope I wake up at 7 a.m. later. Well, I'm about to end, so hopefully we don't mess that up too much. Peer through the range finder at the distant smoke of your targeting flare. Consult the ballistics chart and turn the little knobs and cranks and stuff to the appropriate places. You root around in your pack and find a match. Light it up. Boom! If that didn't open the vault door, then those grapes are probably sour anyway. Look at the cannon. It's a fine cannon. You don't have a cannonball, though. Here we go! Gotta work at 9:45, so you tell me. Oh, boy. Ooh. A shockweed plant. These are valuable. A little weight of your esoteric botanical knowledge to bear. You wrap your shirt around your hand and pluck the shockweed. Electrifying. That's got to have done it, surely. Man, this place has really been blown to pieces. Aha! Books and books and books. Take one. You take the one that looks the most interesting. Percussive maintenance. That's the thing I use to make things work. This book is full of tips and tricks about the ancient art of fixing machines by hitting them really hard. Time to get smacking. When you're done reading it, you notice the book's spine is cracked, and you try to fix it by hitting it really hard, but you just end up smashing the book to powder. Whoops! Books and books and more books. Advanced Beancraft Volume 40. Wow. Beans again. Oh, we're out of skills. Guess we get to learn butterbean anyway. Study the combination of beans and butter until you've mastered every aspect of it. Unfortunately, a lot of butter got splattered onto the book while you were practicing, and now it's totally illegible. Ugh. Books and books and books. You chose the book with the most sensational sounding title, How to Cheat at Poker. Excellent to the poker room. Gives you dirty poker. Cheating is part of the game of poker, but getting caught doing it is still disadvantageous. This book purports to turn your cheating into sneaky cheating. Dirty poker. So as to conceal the evidence of your dirty dealings, you eat the book. Let's hit the tables. This gold case contains a book labeled Gold Medal Silversmithing. Contain a book labeled Rich Vein, Poor Vein. The greatest love poem ever written. Wow. Forgot to mention my shift today ended at 10:30 p.m. and arrived an hour and a half ago. Feel tired, I just can't sleep right away. Oh no. Choice, you'll go to sleep in no time. I feel offended. Oh, you can sell these for a lot of meat. Oh well, I'll read it anyway. Book written by expert jeweler Dabney Bronze details advanced techniques in melting silver things and turning them into other silver things. Expert silversmithing. Excellent. After you finish reading it, you absentmindedly drop it in a nearby mailbox and are unable to retrieve it. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Mailman. Copy of a popular financial advice book from a few years ago. It's rare now because of various crusades to destroy every copy of it. Quickly memorize the entire book. Vainglorious. Fortunately, the book was so old and crumbly that reading it once caused it to be destroyed. So it's for literary preservation. Tragic. A love poem is so good, you're afraid to even read it because you might fall in love with the book. Wow. It's a good book. Well, we got a lot of good books for it. It was all worth it in the end. Very accurate hitbox. Well, we got what we came here for. For the low, low price of a single match. We got good stuff. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. I can't read it. It's too strong. Ooh. That's a lot of bone. Well, there's a chill in the air, and suddenly realize you've lost track of where you are. Spectre seems spooked, and you can't say you blame her. You spot what looks like a town in the hazy distance, but it turns out to be a hazy town, fairly close. A mostly transparent sign reads, "Welcome to Ghostwood." I'll keep heading. What an embarrassing typo. Military cemetery. Looks like a whole lot of graves. I'll look for clues. See if anything jumps out. I can never tell whether you're cracking a joke or not. Free shovel. Caretaker shanty. Poke around in the shed. The caretaker appears to have been shirking his duties for quite a while based on the dust and cobwebs. Check out the tools. Well, tool. There's a shovel. You already have a shovel, so you leave it alone. Can't dig twice as fast. Where are the flyers? Military Reenactment Enthusiast Society. They meet regularly at Fort Memoriam. Maybe they was where they went. Let's check out the desk. It's covered with old paint-spattered newspapers and features a large collection of tiny jars of paint, as well as a jar of fine-tipped brushes, a can of thinner, and a stack of history books. Guess they were into paper mache. Like all chairs owned by one guy, it has a year's worth of lint and food crumbs underneath it. Gross. Eternal flame and burial plots. Oh, look at that, an eternal flame. Caution, do not touch. Is this burning an eternal flame? Yes. This goblin is roasting a weenie over the eternal flame. Pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. No, he's good. Fire, not to wasting. Okay. Do not touch. The flames over that way are all short-lived and uninteresting. Huh. Hope you didn't invest in a hedge fund, because these are now just pointy, worthless mess. I don't know if that's what that means. Beyond this gate stand countless rows and columns of tombstones. Well, they're not actually countless. I've counted them, and there are 999 of them. You can visit any individual plot by number if you like. Ha ha ha! This grave doesn't bear any of the telltale marks of necromantic interference. I can't sleep naturally. I make myself more tired by watching RC. I'm being insulted in my own chat. First Lieutenant Seth Whitney Jr., 69th Innuendo Divergence. Chemical bullet, field trauma kit, and smelling salts. And a military school class ring. Nice. Completely overgrown with mushrooms. You go around in loose room and find a book. Mycology, your ecology. Well, I'm out of ideas. First Lieutenant Filomena de la Cruz. The soldier buried here is making a lot of noise. Hey! Hey, you! Die! Bean wall! Butterbean. Die! Nice. Anyone got any other funny ideas? Oh, I've got one. Ding, 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 ding. 420th Infantry Divergence. Lucky me. Field trauma kit. Alright, that was enough for me. Order 66. Oh yeah, I should do 666. That's a good idea. Execute Order 66. Beat him up. Alright, he doesn't even have enough health to consider. That's the wrong one! Hey, Kablamo! Sokadetsu! Man. Man. Dangerously advanced Nex-Mex. Next to that tombstone, you find a pedestal with a leather-bound book on top of it. Looks evil. Better grab it before somebody else does. And kill the Jedi, probably. From my perspective, the Jedi are evil. I have so much Nex-Mex. Look at this. Teaches you about all kinds of mushrooms. I've already done this, so I don't really see the point. Introductory, intermediate, horrifying, fundamentals, frightening topics, dangerously advanced. I've got so much Nex-Mex. I'm fed for weeks. I guess we could always go to the last one if we went to the first one, right? Surely. Private Juliet Nelson, 42nd Infantry. You near this Graves resident scratching at the coffin. Wham! Hadouken! Great balls of fire. Great beams of fire. Alright. Well, my work here is done. Alright, I guess that's going to do it for today. 789. Alright. Seven, 8, 9. Ah, I get it. 69th Innuendo Division. Ha! Army lockbox. Soldier must have had no next of kin. Sad. Well, surely we've got to do 1, 2, 3. Again, Elias Slater. 77th Armored Division. They're making a lot of noise. Oh, we should spell boo. That's genius. Let's spell boo. Boo. 82 cold damage. Oh, blam. Oof. I lived, you son of a gun. Hadouken. 70 XP for a single kill. Wow. Perfumed pocket square. Your shovel finally gives up the ghost, so to speak. Oh, did my shovel break? No, I've still got it. I think. Yeah, I still got it. Your shovel got spooked too hard. Or maybe it just found a ghost. Alright. Just, they are. That's what they do in life. Alright. Well, that's good enough for... Oh, I forgot I left these at maximum speed. Let's turn that down a bit. It hasn't really been an issue. Combat at being at 300 actually has been quite nice. I read fast enough for this to be... Actually, this was fine, all things considered. This also could be faster. Honestly, there's really no reason to have them slower now that I think of it. I turned off nerd mode just because it wasn't doing much. But I kind of like it, so you know what, I'll put it back on. You never know. Combat sound is apparently off. I am not able to turn it on because it's too fast. Interesting. Okay, well, oh well. 013? Well, I'm here. I was looking at settings, so... I did give you the opportunity. Nothing of interest. Pile of refuse obviously left behind by one of the Necromancer's cultists. In addition to being evil meddlers and dark forces, best left unmeddled in, those jerks are real litter bugs. Alright, that seems good enough for me. If you guys have come up with any ideas for future numbers to check, feel free to leave them in the Discord. Haha, shameless plug. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully, Roman, you can go to sleep soon. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Bye! That's all the numbers that work? Dang. Good luck. Peace! Was that Spectrier floating? Wait, what?